I recently posted a post of the album of Zayn. I don't know if you guys know it.
Wait.
Wait, Zayn from
Zayn.
One
Wait.
Direction?
Oh, yeah.
No, not Zayn from One Direction.
Okay.
Yeah, she was out here.
What if I just
I was like ready.
You just broke the heart.
y'all got excited. What am I saying?
Wait, but
Yo, you got.
What's up, everyone? It's time for our favorite rendezvous with Kultura, the radio show, a show where we
Showcase low-key, but not so low-key artists.
Wow.
Yeah.
It feels so nice to be hearing like all our voices back again, the crew, like all complete again.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and as you can hear from our voices, it's me, Kiara, joined by the whole crew tonight with, of course,
A Canny, yours truly, what it is.
ooh, fresh off the plane, actually.
Yeah, man, I'm still tired, man. I'm out here, man. It's cool. What do you do, everybody? How you doing?
And of course, we also have Anne.
Hey y'all, I'm so happy to be here. I missed y'all.
Yeah,
It's been so long.
we had a few couple of shows, like I think like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, and yeah.
And then the whole Halloween thing started, and then we all had like shit to do.
Exactly.
I love shit to do.
And life got in the way.
Yeah,
Exactly. And of course, behind the decks, we also have Tan Flow.
Yeah.
How are
What's
you,
up?
man?
I'm also, happy to be back. Yeah, I've been checking the calendar. It's been 3 weeks actually. It's
What?
been that long.
Has it really been 3 weeks?
It's been 3 weeks.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And of course, it's not just the whole crew tonight, because we have a special guest with us.
Yeah.
She's not new to, of course, Kultura, because she was already with us during our open air, like
Yes.
end of summer. End of summer. Of course, we are with DJ iNess. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
How you been feeling?
True pleasure to be here. I'm feeling good actually. Also, it's been snowing today, so
Yes.
I know.
Yes, isn't it
it's
so
a cute
weird?
feeling.
Crazy.
So
It's actually the first snow of the season.
It's getting real, but let's not celebrate snow too much because it's
People's nice
not a great time. It's not a great time.
But actually, how do you feel about that? Because I mean, you were in your homeland.
Yeah. I mean, I just came back from Burundi. Shout out Burundi 2-time, you know what I'm saying? 257, the realest one on the place, you know?
sir.
It was good because I went back to play a show there and like I got to see family. My grandparents still live out there, you know? I don't see them very often, obviously. So yeah, it's been good. It was nice. Last time I went was 2019, so you can imagine. It was like, yeah.
Wow.
5
was like-
years ago then.
Yeah, homecoming, but like,
Whoa.
Wait, 2019 is like 5 years ago?
that's
Yeah.
insane, right? Yeah.
Insane.
Crazy. Summer 16 is 8 years ago. That's crazy.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Facts.
But yeah, like, it was a good time. I got to, obviously hang out with some family members, friends. I missed you guys, obviously, still,
Yeah,
so we're back to get to work. Yeah.
And how about you, Ad? Because you also had like a couple of weeks full of things in
Jesus
Brussels.
Christ. Someone save me. No, mais
Hey,
en
but
vrai,
you're here tonight.
Yes.
You're all good. So
I'm all good. Actually, I've been busy with 50 Lab.
how was the festival?
It was insane. Such a good experience. We did like 3 days sold out, which is actually insane. I didn't know it was gonna be such a hit per se. I'm so happy with how it turned out. I love the experience, like the team around it. It's such a pleasure to work with them, and I'm getting emotional.
And all the new artists as well that you also discovered. Like,
Yes.
the
My
lineup was
favorite one
amazing.
is Benny Hanna. I don't know if you know him. He's like a jazz artist from NL up in there, which was a great discovery. So I'm so happy I got to see him. And, yeah.
But it's so nice seeing the Brussels, like the Brussels city, like so alive with all
Yes.
these things, right?
It's so vibrant, right?
And you, Tanaflo, how has the few weeks have been?
It was bustling. Like it was really busy, and it was truly a blessing because last Friday I hosted the very first, I would say the very first 100% full Filipino lineup in Belgium. It's not that often that we could have that in also in Europe actually. And no, it was really fun. we had Sky from the Philippines, and we had Clara Rosa from London. First time for Clara Rosa to play him, and yeah, Sky, he was killing it. So I'm really excited because the sets are gonna be posted. It was really high energy. The community was there. Shout out to the Filipinos, and yeah, it was fun, but I'm super tired.
We're super tired. But as I was just saying to iNess, because you also have you had like a kind of like a busy schedule.
I've been mixing a lot these couple of weeks, and it's hard to find the balance in between like relaxing and doing your thing.
But that means that we're just grateful that we are actually fatigued and like tired. It's a good fatigue, I would say.
Yeah, it gets you energized. It's like energized, and then you have to like de-energize and find your balance, find your rest.
How do you actually find your balance? Like how
do I find my rest? Just a good self-care day is the best way to find my rest, actually. Just like a good skincare, cook for myself, and then
me time.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Like that's really important. So because I mean, like it's important to give out the energy, but you also you need to find time to take the energy like yourself.
Because I don't think people realize like how much energy like people give out when they're DJing. Like,
I know.
Because even it's like I guess it's a very like, maybe you relate to that. It's very like, it's a mental like strain, and also at the same time it's also like, like you have to give that energy back to them, at the same time. So it's like really find that balance is quite hard.
Yeah, because there's preparation like before and during the set, and then after the set as well. Because let's not forget, you guys are also like content creators, so you're putting out content out there, right?
That's a job.
Everybody got 15 jobs now, man.
You're a DJ producer / content creator
/ graphic designer /
exactly.
Everything.
Marketing executive.
It's a whole like 360 creative agency, right? Like some people forget like there's so much work behind it, not just the things that you see like at the front, right? But speaking of like the things that you see at the front, for preparing your set, do you prepare it, or are you more of a go with the flow type of vibe?
I always prepare my sets in a sense of having a story to tell, or having a certain red line in between my sets. But I always discover music during the months and during my music discovery, and then I tend to implement some of my favorite songs or something like that. But I always go with the flow at the moment itself. But it's always different when you prepare it, and then when you come to the place. And you start DJing, and you can tell by the vibes or the songs that you're playing that
it's not going the way you want it to go.
Exactly. And then you try to anticipate a little on the crowd, and then it's actually more go with the flow than it's preparation.
Yeah, but it's always nice to prepare ahead. But because like saying with giving the energy, because I mean, I think most of the time I'm not a DJ, but do you guys like feel like, do you take the energy from the crowd as well?
Definitely, I do. I myself do.
Yeah.
If I see a crowd like dancing, for example, or just singing, for example, just to have some engagement, that does a lot to a DJ and to my energy as a DJ performing and everything.
Yeah, especially when you prepared something and then they're vibing to it. It's like, okay, what I'm doing is actually working, so I can keep on building on that and like even surprise yourself with like a little freestyle here and there, You
got that extra approval, that extra energy.
Well, speaking of introducing like new music to your audience, like do you feel like there's you have also like this responsibility to educate like people behind, about the cultures behind the music that you play?
For me, it's always about trying to elevate people's music discoveries and music in general. So I don't mind playing a song that a lot of people don't know, especially if I know that it's a good song. And yeah, so I really don't mind, actually. It's all about sharing my knowledge for music and trying to find a certain like a certain
balance.
Similarity with the crowd that
or connection. You're trying to find a connection with them. Are there like specific genres that you like try to like bring to people that you think people don't really know about?
Actually, yeah. especially the last couple of months, I've been listening a lot to old school funk, the Motown funk.
Okay. So like
And
70s, like 70s,
Exactly.
60s?
Exactly.
Crazy, yeah.
Wow.
And I feel like a lot of music gets forgotten. And every time I play it during my sets, I really feel it myself. Like I feel the energy that it gives me. And I know that a lot of people would appreciate that too.
Yeah, because I mean, funk is like the base of hip hop as well and stuff like that. So you play a lot of hip hop too, right? So it's like, makes sense to actually show like where it's from. Like, I remember like Jazzy Jeff, you know about Jazzy Jeff, right?
Jazzy
Like he
Jeff.
does this like crazy transitions where like he'll play like the sample and then he'll play like the track of this, like that sample, that song, but that became like maybe a classic or something. But it's like a lot of it is like James Brown and like a lot of like the Supremes and stuff like that. So it's like crazy, yeah.
Real Motown.
Yeah.
But with all of this like genres, is there like a specific song that always makes into your set?
A specific song. I recently posted a post of the album of Zayn. I don't know if you guys know it.
Wait.
It's
Wait,
very
Zayn
soul-
from
Zayn.
One
Wait.
Direction?
Oh, yeah.
No, not Zayn from One Direction.
Okay.
Yeah, she was out here.
What if I just
I was like ready.
You just broke the heart.
y'all got excited. What am I saying? Of
Wait, but
Yo,
tell
you had Kiara excited. She was ready to talk about
I
it.
was like,
already.
I was like, oh my gosh, am I going to lift up or I don't know.
But maybe I didn't say it right. It's Zayn. Zayn.
Can you spell it out? Can you spell it out?
Can you spell it out?
ZHNA.
Yeah, man, we're gonna respect the names and say that she just spelled it out. Go look it up.
But yeah, can you tell us
But
more
this
about?
album, I tend to use a lot of songs during my sets because it's very funky. It has a very cool bass line too, and the songs always work, especially like vocally, lyrically. So I always use songs from that album. I recently posted it too on my Instagram.
Oh,
Like
Is that like
lot of-
it's recent? Is that recent?
Yeah, very recent.
Okay, dope. I'll go look
A
that
couple
up.
of weeks ago.
oh man. But speaking of, your inspirations and all of those things, like, can you tell us more about your journey into DJing? Like, how did you actually like?
To DJing.
How did you start?
Well, first it always starts with the love of music. I got a set from a friend, and it was actually it was not even a Pioneer. It was still like a little Hercules DJ set. So I started there, and I just downloaded the songs that I like listening to. And then I just started mixing for myself, trying to make some edits and stuff. And then before I knew, I started playing for my friends and things like that. And then my first booking was at Couleur Café. So actually it went very fast.
Wow.
That's a crazy
Yeah.
first booking.
That's a flex.
That's a flex though. What a jump start.
Yeah, it's like here's the pressure. First booking, here's the pressure.
Couleur
Pressure
Café.
was real, guys. Like the stress, y'all don't even know that day how I even managed. But it all came from really like loving music and doing it for myself. And then eventually I got to mix for my friends, and then Couleur Café. And then before I know, I got.
And how was
yeah.
your first experience then? Because it was your first ever gig, and it was a festival.
If I think about it right now, I was too stressed, and as a DJ, I recognize the fact that if you're too stressed, it's not gonna work out. The transitions are not gonna work out. Everything is gonna be.
You're overthinking it.
You're overthinking the whole
Yeah.
thing.
But
And-
I'm curious, like, were you like, was that a long time that you prepared before that first gig? Or was it like you mixed like 3 months before with your friends and then like right there on the spot?
Literally, actually, the second thing that you
Oh, wow. So it's like,
my first gig was at the Jeugdhuis, like a mix-up type of thing. And then 3 months later, I was mixing at Couleur Café.
and then you're mixing, I
Wow.
guess, on like some different like setup or different equipment, stuff
Different
like that.
setup, different equipment.
Was like CDJs, stuff like that.
Yeah, and I never had a
Dang.
CDJ before, so I
Girl,
even
why was
got
it so hard? What did you go for? Your
For
life
real,
so hard.
like I just go with risks. I love taking risks.
Okay,
I
dope.
love
Love that.
myself.
Risk
You're a risk
I
taker.
love-
Yeah, I love challenging myself, even if it's not gonna work out. I already learned. I learned from my faults and everything like that. So
So it's in the end, it's a good souvenir.
yeah,
It's like
exactly.
a badge of honor.
Yeah.
Okay, dope. Fire.
And
especially
I mean,
Couleur Café.
yeah, and like speaking of like this set, because you blend lots of genres. So you blend like old and new R&B, hip hop, Afro, Arab to soultronic, funk, house, dub, etc., etc., etc. What was actually like the first genre or artist that truly captivated you?
In general or
In general.
in mixing?
In mixing, actually.
Then I would say Kaitranada, actually.
Jeez.
Just like his
She got a point right there.
music,
Yeah.
the way he inspired
Bingo.
me. I saw him live actually this summer in London, and just the feeling that I had on the venue and hearing his songs live, that was so. I really got goosebumps listening to his music, because I listened to his music from the very beginning when he was in his boiler room with the girl dancing.
The girl dancing.
Shayalea.
Yeah.
She's a singer.
She's an artist, actually. Yeah. She's not just a random girl, like dancing.
Let's give her the flowers. Let's give her flowers.
No, for real. But I discovered him back then, and then he inspired me so much because of his sound, his funky sound, and also the way he presents himself, the influences that he has himself. So yeah. It actually started with Kaitranada, but Kaitranada is also an influence of other funk and other hip hop and other.
Exactly.
I think it's safe to say
the
that
K in Kultura is for Kitchener as well.
yeah.
Kendrick, Kitchener.
Yeah, Kendrick. I really feel like there's no show where we're not going to talk about either Kendrick
I
or
swear.
K-Tronada.
We gotta do it.
Yeah, now.
Those two are pretty much in my big top 5, definitely.
Yeah, Kitchener, that's really up there, man. Pretty crazy.
And speaking of, like diss tracks, etc., if there is one track that you would make someone like you would want someone to listen to introduce yourself, like what track would it be?
Whoa.
That's a great question.
And does it has to be a Kaitranada track or
No, anything.
Anything,
Like,
general.
for example, like we don't know you, like what's that track that would actually describe who you are
describe who I am as a person or
as
as
a DJ?
Okay, well, that's a difficult question
Mm-hmm.
because I have so many. I would take a very good old school song. I think it would be something of Biggie Smalls, to be honest.
Ooh.
Let's say Big Papa. I would say Big Papa.
Word.
I don't know why, but
Big energy, big energy.
I say Big
Yeah.
Papa. Because you have that, like the sample is so, you can already tell that it's very authentic, and also just the song and the energy that it gives, and Biggie Smalls for myself. I just love the East Coast. So, yeah.
Big energy, like you said.
Exactly, man.
And actually, we're very, very excited for that because, I mean, later tonight, you have something prepared for us.
Yes, I would love to surprise you guys.
We're very excited because actually during the opener, like, oh my God, there's
I loved it so much.
after your set, I was actually like talking with Anne, and I was telling her like, there's so many things that I haven't heard in a long time.
Yes.
And like you said earlier in the show, you want people to, to remember these forgotten gems, and I was just like, yeah, I like that vibe.
The first time that I played for you guys, did you actually hear the Forgotten Gems?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually what I was telling Anne, like, oh my gosh, like it's been a while since I haven't heard this song.
It was such a
Amazing.
a fresh vibe, like a breath of fresh air, because when you are in our domain, like sector, you always hear the same songs. Pardon.
Especially with the world of TikTok nowadays.
Yes.
Some songs keep coming and coming.
Exactly.
Gets
So it's super nice to hear like oldie but goodies.
And
So
there's
I really
so many
appreciated it.
good songs. I mean,
and they just get forgotten, or they get sampled into a new song, into a new bit, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay,
There's so much music out now. It's great.
so how would you describe like the set? Of tonight?
I would say I made it a little more upbeat, like a little more energy, and I didn't do a big reference to old school hip hop or music, but it's very breakbeat, drum and bass, with a lot of cool samples in it. so-
Okay.
Oh yeah, and we're excited
Some
for
vibe.
that.
Let's get it.
And with that being said, let us prepare to hear like one of like iNess, like very, very energetic, high energy, upbeat set. And of course, this is still Kultura, the radio show with iNess.
Let's go.
Making me cry, wasting my time the whole time. So just be careful what you take for granted.